You're fired up and pushing hard every single day. You're crushing every workout, adding weight every session, training through soreness because you think that's what dedication looks like. Your motivation is sky high, your intensity is maxed out, and you're convinced that more is always better. But here's what nobody teaches you. Your enthusiasm right now is setting you up for an injury that will destroy everything you're building. I'm Jake, and I've got your raw daily fuel for today. I learned this lesson the hard way. I was that person pushing through everything, ignoring every signal my body was sending, confusing pain with progress. Then I spent 3 months in physical therapy learning what I should have known from day one. Today, I'm going to save you from that same mistake. Most injuries don't come from accidents or freak occurrences. They come from doing too much too soon with too much intensity. Your body is screaming warnings at you right now, but your enthusiasm is drowning out the signals. And when you finally get injured, you'll wonder how you didn't see it coming. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Your muscles adapt fast, but your connective tissue adapts slow. Your muscles can handle the increased load within days or weeks. Your tendons and ligaments need months. While your biceps are getting stronger every workout, your elbow tendons are getting overwhelmed trying to keep up. This creates what I call the adaptation gap. Your muscles are writing checks that your connective tissue can't cash. You feel strong, so you lift heavier. Your muscles respond, so you train harder. But your tendons and ligaments are quietly accumulating micro damage, building toward the injury you don't see coming. Think about it this way. If you've been sedentary for months or years, your connective tissue has adapted to that lifestyle. It's become comfortable with low demand, minimal stress. Then suddenly you decide to transform, and you expect your tendons to go from 0 to hero overnight. That's not how biology works. Your tendons and ligaments are like slow cooking meat. You can't rush the process without ruining the result. They need time, patience, and gradual progression. But we live in a world that rewards intensity over intelligence, and that's where the problems begin. Listen to me. Pain is information, not weakness. When your knee aches after a workout, that's not your body being soft. That's your body sending you critical data about tissue stress and recovery needs. When your shoulder feels tight, that's not something to push through. That's something to pay attention to. But we've been conditioned to ignore these signals. We call it good pain and bad pain, as if our nervous system cares about our arbitrary categories. Pain is your body's alarm system, and alarms aren't suggestions, they're warnings. The cost of ignoring these warnings is brutal. One moment of pushing through can cost you months of forced rest. One workout where you ignore the signals can turn into weeks of physical therapy. One decision to choose intensity over intelligence can derail everything you're working toward. I've seen people lose 6 months of progress because they wouldn't take 2 days of rest. I've watched motivated individuals turn minor discomfort into major injuries because they confuse toughness with stupidity. Don't be that person. Preventing injury is exponentially easier than recovering from one. A strategic rest day prevents weeks of forced inactivity. Scaling back your intensity by 20% prevents months of complete shutdown. Listening to your body's signals prevents the catastrophic damage that comes from ignoring them. Smart training beats hard training every single time. The person who trains at 80% intensity consistently for a year will absolutely destroy. The person who trains at 100% intensity for 3 months and then spends 6 months injured. Consistency trumps intensity when it comes to lasting results. Your body has built-in wisdom systems. Fatigue that doesn't improve with sleep. Soreness that lingers longer than usual. Decreased performance despite increased effort. Joint stiffness that wasn't there before. These aren't character flaws. They're data points telling you to adjust your approach. The strongest people I know aren't the ones who never feel pain. They're the ones who listen to it and respond intelligently. They understand that backing off today means they can go harder tomorrow. They know that strategic pacing creates sustainable progress. Here's what sustainable training looks like. Gradually increasing intensity over time, respecting recovery signals, and understanding that adaptation happens during rest, not just during work. It means having the wisdom to scale back when your body asks for it, even when your ego wants to push forward. Your challenge this week: scale back your intensity by 20% and listen to what your body is telling you. If you normally do 5 sets, do 4. If you usually train 6 days, train 5. If you typically lift at maximum effort, dial it back to 80%. This isn't giving up. This is training smart. Pay attention to how your body responds to this strategic reduction. Notice if your energy improves, if your recovery gets better, if your performance actually increases with less overall stress. Most people discover that less can actually be more when it's applied intelligently. Listen to me, your goal isn't to survive your workouts, it's to thrive in your life. An injury doesn't just stop your training, it stops your progress, your momentum, and your confidence. The weeks you spend recovering could have been weeks you spent building. The person who trains smart for decades will always outperform the person who trains hard for months. Sustainable intensity creates sustainable results. Strategic pacing prevents catastrophic setbacks. I'm Jake, and that's your raw daily fuel for today. If this saved you from an injury you didn't see coming, hit that subscribe button. We're here every day with powerful motivation that builds champions who last, not just champions who burn bright and burn out. Train smart, not just hard. Your future self is counting on the intelligence you show today.